Oops. Boop. Banana. Okay. A little bit of a late start because I took like a 50-minute walk this morning, trying to get some good, get healthy, get good. Yeah, so we're at season 2, episode 37. There was a comment about why it's season 2, and I replied to the comment, but just for randomness of someone watching this, season 2, because this is the second year that working on this game. Yeah, streaming it, second year. But the first time I didn't really kind of like catalog anything. At least this one, there's like chronological episodes of stuff. There's no coherent message across the board. It's all over the place. So there's no beginning, middle, or end. It's not like a TV show. Yeah, that being said, I have to remember, I have a bad habit of not smashing the Discord with when I go live because I'm bad at stuff. But there we go. That's good. Oh yes, cool beans. Yeah. So, what are we working on? What are we doing? No ads. What do you mean? Like you have ads or you no ads? I'm so confused. Should I say give me your pennies? Give me... Thought I was subbed. Well, get your prime sub up, fool. Yeah, give me all your prime subs. All of them. Nom. What? Take your prime and shove it up your... Wow. Get ready for some push-ups. I just finished a walk. I walked like an hour. Well, that's weird. The furnace is turning on. The furnace should not be turning on. Oh, I guess it is kind of cold today. Okay, yeah, never mind. The furnace would turn on. The walk, it's cardio. It's not like great cardio. I did like maybe 5,000 steps or something like that. But yeah, how's I mean, the other day was bizarre, rainy, and horrible, but today it was cool. Like, it was 0. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Like, getting the kids ready and being like, oh, you need jackets. And then home, it's super hot. But, yeah, no, how's your new work? New contract, making adult things. This button should work. Oh, really? Are you like doing stuff at least? Like, first week is always kind of... You like at least like on like here's a scene, go do this, or is it like still figuring out stuff? Because I'm assuming, I don't know, are you using the same software you were using before? Okay, so this... Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm working, but I think you see how a project is going when you get behind schedule and then learn what the expectations are and how it's managed behind the scenes. That's fair. I thought I made this work. Oh, how's is the wifey's project all finished and submitted and somewhere I can observe it? Where can I observe it? Show me the link. Link me in the Discord. Okay, this is supposed to do it. So it's supposed to call transition scene next scene. So I should have skip button. Skip. Skip button. There we go. Let's take a look-see here. Where's that link? Where's that link, fool? Back up, back up. What you gonna do now? I want to see this link. I wanna be like, ooh, pretty. I'm gonna dance to some K-pop. No video yet? What do you mean no video yet? Isn't that what you guys have been working on this whole time? In like 8 days. Just a promo release in like 8 days. Oh, okay. I thought I fixed just a little there. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh. Yeah, I don't have any little tunes that keep getting copyright struck. I got all these copyright struck things. Man, it's so interesting that I have a bunch of like the music stuff I listen to is now just got all AI generated things as their like YouTube background stuff. It's very amusing. But I will go to my alt rock. Should I listen to alt rock? It's because people are looking for low effort slop that makes positive. Yeah, that's true. The amount of AI generated slop is kind of terrifying now. It is quite upsetting. Totally destroyed Etsy, Redbubble, and YouTube BMG videos. Guaranteed there's more of it out there than you could even recognize. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. That's so true. It's pretty crappy. Oh, man, I don't know. I wonder if I should use Spotify. I'm always back and forth on it. Ooh. The problem is I find Spotify has a weird, but most people don't care or can't tell. They just go, oh wow, so pretty, wow, much lighter, herder. Yeah. I saw this really funny skit, and it's like a guy in like, it's supposed to be like the future, and a guy writing an email, and he like is like caveman level of like intelligence, but then the AI like asks him questions for his like writing his email to his coworker, and it's like, did you mean this? And he's like, oh, and then they're like, okay, and then they write like a thing like, dear Steve, I've had this theory that we need to optimize. I started to shift towards AI. It's actually going to ruin an entire generation until this bubble crashes. That's the problem. And there's I saw a thing about that, how it's like, it's the similarity to a generation being dependent on something working and not knowing how it works. So it's like a car. you can drive a car, but it's like, oh, okay, you get a flat tire, you don't know what to do. Your car needs an oil change, you don't know what to do. Because I'm hearing is the late Zoomers, Gen Alpha kids just cannot think for themselves. They just trust AI 100% and use it for everything school related. Yeah, no. Well, the big thing is you have like the boomers who can't at all tell that it's fake, and they're like getting deep into it and be like, no, this is real. It's like, no, that's all fake. That whole thing is fake. And then, yeah, you have the alpha kids that are like, oh, why should I do it if I could just get AI to do it? And yeah, no, it's like basic skills. And the thing is, it's like, oh, okay, AI can give you information, but it's like it still won't give you the skills to know how to do with it after. I've talked to, actually, interestingly enough, my daughter, so Cece, she's got a classmate, and that classmate's father went to game dev and graduated the year, like literally right before we started. And so he's a programmer, and I think he works for some, like, I don't know, I think he works for the government or something like that, but he's like a software programmer. And we were talking about like AI and stuff, and he was talking about how programmers, it's like it's a helpful tool to speed up work, but it's like it's not going to replace a real programmer, because the problem is the iteration on how generative AI does stuff just screws itself up. There are things very, very recent also showing that ChatGPT has apparently started giving you compliments when you ask it for stuff and telling you how smart you are, and basically sucking for asking questions as a form of positive reinforcement. So it also I'm also convinced they won't be able to take criticism. You mean vibe coding? Well, no, he doesn't. He's not like a vibe coder. He's like a real coder, but it's like using code to like, speed up certain things. Like if you have to write, like I've used AI like if I have a big spreadsheet in Excel and I need to take all of that data from my Excel spreadsheet and put it into code, AI can do that in like seconds. But like for me to manually write all of that stuff, it's like, I don't want to write 100 plus lines of code. Or just ask ChatGPT for a large block of code and then clean up the errors. The problem is it's like I never ask ChatGPT for large blocks of codes. I'll ask it at most for like a function, maybe the starting of a class. But asking for anything more complicated, especially if you have like, because the way my system works is I have a lot of classes. Like, here I just show 3 scripts. I should really actually move my scripts around. But like, you can see these are all scripts that are being used, right? And even though ChatGPT understands like the internal stuff, it's like the communicating. You have to like be very specific about how you prompt, being like, oh, I have this other script that you have to pretty much explain everything from another script, or you have to dump everything into ChatGPT. And I don't like giving code to ChatGPT. I like it giving me like a suggestion, and then I can work off of that. But giving my stuff to it is very rare. 2, ChatGPT has its own built-in, it's like a micro-spacing in the way that it writes stuff. And the micro-spacing is its way of distinguishing the separation of like words and how they work together. So like if you were to take that, copy and paste whatever was written in ChatGPT and you put it into Word, Word doesn't pick up, or any kind of Word-like program doesn't pick up these micro spaces. You literally have to input it into like an ASCII reader type thing that will break down every single character that is used, and then you will see these micro spaces that are specific special characters that just generally not used. Like you don't have a thing on your keyboard to like make that character. And that's how ChatGPT does its separation of understanding blocks of information. But whatever. That small little thing is how AI can spot other AI. Code, what are you getting done today? Big brain time. Okay, so this looks a little bit different. This is, I'm working on This is like the events. So it's like when you have to do like a check, pretty much, right? So now it's going to be kind of like this. You select which person's going to do the check, and then they either pass or fail it, and there's like an outcome. So this is something I was working on, but I also realized that the other day, I think I put in, I think I was doing some I think I wrote it out, possibly. No, this is resistance stuff that needs to get done. Resistance, weaknesses. No, I think it was the passives. Yeah, passives. I guess I didn't write it in here, did I? Oh, passives, gray health. That's another big one. Having gray health do its calculations. But yeah, passives. That's the big one, is passive effects. How passive abilities do stuff. And so passive abilities will have different things that they can... So yeah, here, passive ability types. You have a heal. It's gray health like red bar in fighting games. No, gray health is like gray health, like shield or something, right? Where it's like you get a certain amount of HP that gets consumed first, and then at the end of the turn, or at the beginning of your next turn, it's gone, right? So if you generate gray health each turn, it's not going to stack. It's always going to, like, let's say you get 10 health. Well, it's just going to be like, oh, I have this 10 health shield, right? Now, if you have multiple people who give gray health, sorry, the term gray health means something different in some games. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess you could call it shield. Shield's another way to look at it. Shield health. But yeah, gray health won't be affected by heals because it's just like a thing. Usually hear it as this health damage is non-recoverable with healing. Yeah, actually that's true. You can't regenerate gray health with a heal. It's meant to be there for like one turn. So yeah, so you have gray health, you have mana gen, so that's just mana regeneration. You have a reflection. Reflection is just reflecting either the exact damage or a specific chunk of the damage back on the attacker. And then buff. And so these are like the ability types. Buff is technically going to probably have sub things, because you have like a buff and a debuff. I should probably just have debuff. No, because it's targeted. These are, yeah, whatever. I'll just, no. Yes, whatever, debuff. I should have debuff. It's in my Excel spreadsheet for stuff. So yeah, buff will be like something that just straight up gives you a bonus to one specific thing. No more examples is more like... You have 100 HP, you take 30 damage, 10 of it is gray health. You now have 90 max HP and current. No, so how mine is working is, let's say you have 100 HP. Hey, good morning. Think of it like con damage. Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not like con damage. Ooh, that would be really, really crummy. Yeah, mine's more like a shield. Yeah, it's like you eat that damage first. The shield eats the damage first, and then it goes onto your health. If I had a con damage thing, oh my gosh, that would suck. Con damage, I think con damage is the most brutal thing ever. 16 for morning. No, I mean, it's because I went for a walk. What are you making today? Oh, just working on some different things. Working on my event system, so it's where you kind of have a skill check that happens. So you'll get a piece of text that tells you like what's happening. Like, oh, you've come across a pit. I should really use the pit instead. Right now I have this one's supposed to be a campsite, but let's say I made it a pit. I can make it a pit. I can do that really easily. Dark Souls 1, for example, there are statues that are very weak, and we can give you the cut your max health in half until you use an item to rid yourself of the debuff. Ugh, nah, I'm not a fan of that. Which one is this one? Go here. Or in the new Zelda game, when you take blight damage, you lose access to that heart until you get back to the surface. Now that I don't think is that bad, because it's like you have... I have sickness status effect for this. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, this one where, like... I see what you're saying for the con thing. I did it or not. Plan for sure. Yeah. I mean, I like that Zelda one where it's like you're in an environment that kind of can... The longer you're there, the higher the chance of your, like, chances of dying go up. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then it's like, it just kind of goes away once you go back out of the area. That's a pretty neat little thing. But I can't get overloaded with too many extra things. I'll have to maybe put that in the future thing, because I think... Is it overly complicated to write that into code? Make the core loop first. Yeah, like, the core loop's already there. I already have the core loop. It's like... So something like... That would be a status effect? Yeah, no, that would have to be a status effect, and status effects... Do I have status effects really right now? I do have, like, I have a dot, I have AoE, and I do have things that can affect something like a con stat, because con is here. Like, I have, where is it? I have, toughness is like my con stat, right? And so your max health is a derivative of your toughness, your current level, and whatever your base stat was, right? The only thing is that if you... I would need another variable that would hold an adjusted toughness. Or I'd have to have a variable that always adds the, like, negative modifier. Because the thing is, if you play with toughness, you screw up leveling. So, like, let's say your toughness is 5. You level up, your toughness will go up by, like, whatever, let's say 2, go up to 12. If there's something already modifying toughness to, like, to 8, you level up, you go to 10, it doesn't know about that 2 that it's missing, so then you would always be at a deficit. So I need like a thing to hold it. What is toughness in your game? Toughness represents effect of max health. So the higher your toughness value, the more maximum health a hero has. So it's just a multiplier for... It multiplies your max health. Strength is damage for physical attacks. Dexterity is damage for ranged attacks. Magic is... It's like a double thing. It counts for how much magic damage does, but also it counts for how much mana you have, and mana is used for like higher level special attacks. Then you have crit chance. That's just what's the chance of actually doing critical damage. Speed. This is for who gets first turn. And then speed also works for like the event stuff. And then there's a key stat which receives special bonuses from different things for like leveling up, or if you're trying to like do something special. So like if your key stat strength and there's like an event thing, it knows that, oh, okay, this person is just going to be inherently good at strength. Oh my gosh. I just had an epiphany. I should be using key stat for that. Oh my goodness. Event. I should just be using key stat. I realized that. Oh my goodness. I should be just referencing the key stat, because then that just tells me what their best stat should be. Oh, but you could accidentally level out of it being your best stat. How would better describe game stats? How would I describe my game stats better? Well, game stats are make it part of a dialogue, or just add some notes in the journal. No. So pretty much when you for the player's only going to get so much information. I'm asking about mine. This also. Oh, okay. It depends on what you want to do. Like for my game, I'm not going to give the player all the math about how the stats work. So it depends on if you want to give your player the information. Like if you want it like RPG, then you would like a journal or like a character page. So it shows like, oh, okay, character page. On my character page, you can see all my stats. And that's usually what most kind of RPGs will do. 4 base stats just to understand what. Well, best way to look at it is what your stats do. Not hard to figure out, but still, it depends on what your stats do, right? So what are your 4 stats? Like what do they do? Not what they're called. Like what do they actually? How do they affect the game? And then from there, you can give explanation to the player. Because I have stats that work with other things, but I don't need to explain that to the player. For my toughness stat, all they need to know is the higher your toughness, the higher your max health. They don't need to know all the other extra little things that toughness does. Just that. So I have toughness. It's default armor, strength for punch, swiftness for dash and run, and mind power for AK mana. Then, so then, depending on how much information you want to give your player, you would, and pure HP as standalone stat. Yeah, so then you could just have those 5 stats and have a number that is easy for a player to discern what it does. So if you have dash run, if my swift number is like 5, or let's say my swift number is it's 5. It means that I can use my dash 5 times, and I can run for 15 seconds, right? So if you give a number, the player should morning. Yep, you dash, it goes down, you wait a second, it goes up. Yeah, so that's good. So like if I know my dash is, my swiftness is like 3, okay, I can do 3 dashes before I'm out of swiftness, and then I have to wait. Strength, that number probably should represent how much damage you do, right? So it's like, oh, okay, I have strength 10. Okay, I know I'm going to do 10 damage, right? Toughness, how much damage you... So toughness and strength should probably be very similar in the way that you display the numbers, because then it's like if I were fighting myself, I have 10 strength and 10 toughness. It's like those will counter each other. And then mind power for the mana, that one, just thought maybe it would be nice to add a note, but also don't want to go too much into meta knowledge. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like giving a number, just a flat number, but not explaining what that number math-wise works to. They would have to figure it out. So it's like, oh, I have mana 10. I have this basic wand. I can shoot 10 magic bolts. Then I pick up a better wand, like a big fireball wand. Or I remember that you have modifiers, so you can make the fireball bigger, you can make it shoot faster, whatever. So it's like, oh, I have this one that shoots a really big fireball, but whenever I cast it, it takes 5 mana. So like something like that. So you give the player very basic information, and they discover what those numbers equate to in the world. But try to make the equation numbers very simple. like childish simple, where it's like, oh, 5 strength means that I'll do 5 damage. 10 mana means I can cast a basic spell 10 times, or a big spell twice. Yeah, runes are modifiers when you hold them. Exactly. So I like that. I thought that was a really cool. I think your rune mechanic to modifying spells is pretty neat. I think later on, for a game design perspective, using runes to help solve maybe like puzzles would be really neat. Item, runes, and wands, and others. I can add dialogue to some NPCs, and it could be in-game. Yeah, that's another great way to do it. Have an NPC be like... And also, I think that helps with... Because did you put recipes in? I can't remember. Oh yeah, like you make a very simple level where it's like maybe there's some sort of shield, but it like opens and closes, so you have to take the rune that makes your attack go faster to like hit a button at the back of the wall. Or it's like there's something inside a narrow hallway and the button's like inside there but you can't see it. So you have to use the AO, like increase the size of the AoE. You shoot down the narrow hallway and it explodes, and then it triggers a buttons or multiple buttons or something like that. No, I think the rune wand combo is a really cool thing, because your runes are what? Speed, the size of the explosion, and I can't remember what the other ones were. I think you had like 4 or 5 runes, right? All items will just ASP do some more stuff, but so much tech stuff added. Hey, that's good. That's good. Actually, do you have a build? Do you have a build kicking around up on your Discord? Here's some music. Your stream? What? Okay, I'm just curious now. I'll have one soon for sure. A couple days. Okay, cool. Message me when you put a new build up. I wanna try your game again. I got something interesting. I just need to go to the correct thing. I'm just like flipping through windows. Go here. Go here. Yeah, Batterhouse did it. Okay. I know I'm not a huge fan of AI, but I gotta admit, that's pretty bumping. There's a couple lyrics that are a little slightly off for like a type of rapping song, but all in all, that was pretty fire. That brought a big smile to my face. Way back when like ChatGPT first came out, I actually had it write some love songs for my wife. And I had them like in different styles. I think I had a Marvin Gaye one. And it's funny because it's like, if you had ChatGPT, you like would have logged in with like a Google account or whatever. So I still have these, and these are like the very first things I like asked ChatGPT. Was it an AI streaming song or what? No, it was an AI song that Mr. Battlehoss made. It is now going to go. I'm gonna download this, and then I think it's just gonna I'm gonna throw it in the Discord in here. I'm trying to think where I should put it. Is this would this what would House of Memes? I guess I don't know. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this here, or maybe here, here. Here. Everything else. It'll go here. This is where I'm gonna put it. Everywhere. Everything else. I'm gonna put it here. Boom. Enter. There we go. I might have to slap that. A minute to generate. What a world we live in. Yeah, I know, huh? Isn't that crazy? Like, what was the prompt? That's what I'm really curious about. Like, what did you prompt it with? Because there's certain things in there I like. Certain things that I'm like, that's spot on. And then some things I'm like, that's a little weird. But, yeah. See, the problem is AI can do some cool stuff, but it's only in a certain realm of what it's got for data. So I think I've tried to have AI generate music, but like more like the 16-bit or 32-bit music, like, and it's not very good. Josh, you have a creative writing degree. Just write it yourself. A creative writing degree doesn't mean you can write music. It means you write stories. But that was interesting. Oh man, I don't even know what to say. Maybe I feel like I need to make a music video now for it. I need to like clip some of my stream stuff and like just play that to the back of it, and just have me like clickety clacking like crazy. Just, I don't even have a dragon in my game. That's the thing. It made a comment about a dragon. And I'm like, there's no dragons in my game. I don't have dragon art. It'd be cool. I thought about it. I thought about like a dragon where it's like a three-tier boss battle. And as you like dip the dragon, you can't see. It's like all you see. It's like its claws. And then as you do damage to it, it comes down. And then you do damage to it again. And then eventually it's like head's there, and you're fighting its head. That was like my silly idea, but I don't know. That was surprisingly more bopping than I expected it to be. The prompt was a rap song about a guy named Jamal. He's a game developer making a game called Echoes of Here Legend Die. It's a pixel art roguelike fantasy RPG or something like that. I want to have one too. Maybe one someone plant Evil Pumpkin King or something. Well, honestly, I if you have I guess the best way to do it would be like, do you have a small description of your game? And a game title, and then it's like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I wonder, you could make it like a Ukrainian. You could make it actually sing it in Ukrainian. Someone commented about that in one of my live streams to my YouTube. They're like, learning coding language and Ukrainian. Also, super random. Where was I? I was at a garage sale kind of thing. And there's this guy that's a writer, and his wife is actually Ukrainian. And we had like a whole conversation about that. There's a lot of... Oh, 100%. It's way harder. There's like things that... There's certain muscles that are like back here. Like there's certain words I've tried to pronounce and I'm just like, it hurts. Yeah, well, I think it's the Slavic stuff. The Slavic stuff is like that I don't have the jaw for. Or not the jaw, but like the muscles. Yeah, that's the stuff. It's the Slavic is the hard part to kind of. Well, words having gender is not a big deal. French is like that. French has masculine and feminine, and it also has past tense, future tense, and present tense. And the thing is, it's like objects have gender, like a spoon and a car. Not a big deal, but also adds some complexity. Oh no, giving every word a gender or giving stuff gender is a big thing. Yep, spoon, car. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's not like a person. It's like a car you have to like give it gender. But it's not. I guess it's not as complicated as something like Japanese, where you also have like tonal, like the tone in which you speak affects the, almost like the punctuation of the words. So if you talk like softly, or if you talk a little bit loud, or if you like cut the end. I remember learning a little bit about that, about how you can say like the same word 3 different ways just by the tone of which you speak. But yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to write a thing about using the keyword. Okay. Yep. But probably. Yeah. Okay. This sets our button text. That's cool. I need to do a comparison. I think that'll compare, because I got like a crazy thing here. This compares all the stuff. So this takes in the word, so speed. And then if speed is joke in Shinju, you can put wrong intonation on a word, and mother now a horse. Yep. English is very simple. Like a lot. That's the reason why a lot of people learn English. It's because it's a pretty straightforward language compared to. I think the only other languages that are like I can think of. I know Swahili is very, very simple. It's like, I don't want to say it's like childish, but it's very direct. Like you don't have extra things. It's like I want this, instead of like in English where it's like I would like to have this. One of the most difficult languages to learn as a second language law. What? You think? I think it's because of just depending on because you have almost no rules. I think there's rules in English. You have plural. You have nouns and verbs. And I guess we have punctuation. What is it? I think about how many words we have. Oh, yes. Okay, that is true. That is true. Having words that mean different things. That is very true, actually. Having one word that can mean 3 different things. Or it's like women and woman. Men and man. No, men and man are different. But like women and woman. What's another one that there's? I know. Yeah, most languages do. Like bass, and bass. That's true. Yeah. So there's words that are. But I think I think that can be slang. That's incorporating slang into your thing. Sick as in, oh yeah, that's sick, and I'm sick. Actually, you could also say I'm sick in the cool. I'm so sick. I'm down with the sickness. Wah, wah. Easy part is if you write is how you say it. That's true. Yeah. That's the one thing I think English kind of sticks with, is that writing and speaking are pretty close together. While other languages like writing and speaking can be very different. Fire is slang too, yeah. That's fire. I literally just said it because I was talking about... But then it's like, that's fire can be like, that's a fire. That is fire. That is on fire. I'm fire. I am on fire. Lit. Yeah, but again, that's when we're starting getting into like slang terms, right? Oh, that's so lit. But it's like, I'm lit. That's so lit. I'm lit, which is like I'm high. And then what's it called? I lit a fire. Whereas, yeah, I know, but that's gonna get, it's like riz. It's just a short form of charisma. Slang is unfortunately inescapable in English conversation, though. It's true, and slang is derivative of the area environment that it's in, and slang evolves. That's why they have what's that dictionary, Urban Dictionary, to kind of give you all the information about like what slang is what. Okay. Okay. Switch case. Event success. If speed is greater than Google it found some articles. UA long is 4th category from 5. English is first. Yeah. And the thing is, even the English, Japanese 5th. Yeah, it also depends on what your native speaking language is, right? And then that derives, because it's like, if I spoke Russian, I think as like a first language, I'd be able to learn Ukrainian and vice versa a little bit easier. Or if like I spoke Czech, anything that had like Slavic as a background. And I think what English is derivative of Greek? Oh, it's Germanic. I didn't realize that. So English is... What? English is roots in Germanic, and which from German and Dutch also developed, as well as having many influences from Roman languages such as French. Yes, Roman languages are also becoming their derivative of Latin. Latin, that's the thing I wanted to look for. Latin. I speak, and both natives easily understand Belarusian. Yeah. Never learned it. Particularly Polish and Czech. Yeah. Well, but Polish and Czech are not very close in language, are they? I know Czech is closer, but they make much more different. Yeah. Because I feel like Czech and like Russian, you can kind of figure them out. I mean, I can, mind you, it's because I've interacted with Czechoslovakians and Russians, so it's like, I've heard the differences in the way they speak. Actually, my doctor's is Russian native speaker, so that could kind of be understood. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, as languages evolve, And the thing is also other languages, like, as people learn or add languages to the like environmental repertoire, they start to bleed into each other. Like you look at French in Quebec, so French, Canadian French, right, versus like France French, and the way that those are they almost sound completely different. As because French evolved with all the European countries around it, and Quebec French is like, we're going to separate from Canada and we're going to make ourselves a bubble. And so their French is actually closer to like old-timey French than France French, which has evolved. Okay, I just want to quickly look at this. I had to want to, knowing only Russian probably won't help much. Some words are clearly Ukrainian or very similar. It's because Quebecers French is basically backwater French language. Yeah, it's closer to the French that from the settlers that came, right? It's just what it is. And France French evolved with the rest of the world around it. You know, there's Quebec slang that's just like not understandable anywhere else but Quebec. Okay, you click the button. It checks which. This is if the event thing is speed. I think I can just keep this for now. I would like it to like prioritize. I mean, I don't even need to do this. I could have this in its own function, and it checks int number 0, so it checks which hero, okay, because I'm gonna have 0 to 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes. It checks their hero. If my event, whatever the like success name is, so say it's speed, it'll check if that hero's speed is greater than what it needs to be. And if it is, it's a succeed. So then, technically, I would have to put this same kind of thing, but not this. Let's do this whole thing again. And it's the opposite. It's less than, if it's less than, just less than. If it's less than a number, this is a fail. And success is, doesn't matter, it doesn't change, it's still false. But then we would have to, we need to say that we've passed the test. Maybe I need a result. I need to call a result. Like a result function that changes stuff, because right now, yeah, I need a function that's like a result function. Yeah. Ooh, no. Okay. I have an idea. I'm gonna just create a new thing. Public void. Call this check hero stat versus event success stat. Why do I have such a huge name for this function? Because I want it to be easy for me to friggin' figure out. Okay. Oh, okay, we need to have a int. No. I'll need a thing that's selected hero. So we're going to add a public int. I could do numbers, or I could do specifically the string name of the hero, which would be technically... I think I want to do that instead of the... Oh, but one's the order. I think I'll just go string. I think I'll go string. Selected hero name. Okay. The current selected hero. Okay. So then whenever you click a button, it'll give you that value. But this is clean. This is a little bit cleaner because it does the order, while the other one would be like find, right? It would be like int child number, get child transform, and the hero holder by their number, or I can have it find. I wonder which is faster. Get child. Screw it. Whatever. We're gonna use what I already have for code. We're gonna do number. Int. Select hero. Selected hero. Number. Order. Okay. Yeah. So now we know that. So we'll have that. So it's literally going to be all of this. When could we play the game? When you can play this? The plan is before, like for the beta test. I want to have it done before next fest. So that would be in a month, roughly. I lost 2 weeks of work from being sick, which sucked. This is going to be... Just need to have hero selected is child number, and then this will be selected hero order number, and then this will be selected hero order number. Unpleasant. Oh, unpleasant? What do you mean unpleasant? You have to wait a month to play the game? It's like, it's functional, but it's not going to be fun. I have to there's a lot of little tweaking to do to make... Oh, not being sick? Oh yeah, no, that really sucked. I'm still sick. I'm on antibiotics right now. I have another few days of antibiotics. I had my spring allergies, I had a cold, I had a flu, and now I have a chest infection. And also, all my kids got sick. Just need to add my OC into the game, and all will be well. Yeah, because I think you have a couple things. You get to name a character. I think you get a shopkeeper. Hero plus NPC, I think. Yeah, you get a hero name and an NPC. I think you did. I don't know if you did high enough. Did you make it? I mean, whatever. If you want to cut, like, either way, you need to give me a name, a 2-part name that needs to go. I can put in the list of how things names, and then you have to also pick. I mean, you can pick now or you can pick later. The thing is, it's like I haven't implemented all the different heroes that I have sprites for. I only have... Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, a lot of the custom stuff for like the Kickstarter is gonna be later because it's just gonna allow people to have a lot more diversity in like what they. Why can't you see these? Okay, yeah. So these are the only ones that are currently like playable in the game, but this is just a handful of dudes. I have a lot of other things. Build your systems first. Find fun. It's most. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like I just needed a handful of different things that can represent most of my most of my build paths. So that's why I have these. I do need to bulk up my enemies a little bit. Right now, I guess you missed it. I don't know if you saw it, but I was working on this thing. I'm gonna write it. I'm probably gonna try to build one in code, but this is just like a color changer to kind of work on. It's like, oh, okay, this is like a poison skeleton, right? So it's like the same things, but I just use a special color, a shader that swaps stuff to make it so I can have more enemy types. Yeah, this is for like just making it so I can have different enemy types. So like this would be like, oh, you have a poison enemy. You have this red one that's like resistant to fire. You have a cold one and does cold damage. Generally, they'll and then I made a thing to like also maybe change the color of the weapon for this specific. But the problem is that this shader is specifically only built for this one sprite. And that's my problem. I built this, and I would have to build a shader for each. I'm gonna do you a favor. Keep this tech because it has other. Oh yeah, no, I don't get rid of anything. I keep all of the stuff I have. This was just me using shader graph. Yeah. No. This is. What I want to do is I want to kind of take this to the next step. And what it would be is I'll probably write a shader code that can take any image. So I could take this guy, right, for instance. And because the way that this works, you can see how it works. It literally takes the thing, cuts out the dude, then I systematically pick each pixel color, right? So each different pixel color, as you see, is getting closer to being completely colored. And so all it does is it almost effectively does a gradient. So it takes that pixel color, it takes its color, and then everything is just it's color shifted, right? So if you're looking at, this is just the math that is shifting the whatever called this. So it's literally just going from like up here, going like this, is what it's doing. And this is just a super simple. But then you get weird. Where is it? Purple? Yeah, here's where it gets a little weird. Certain colors don't translate very well at certain points because of the way that this works, that it'll like pull color to a different area. Oh yeah, this is the one where it gets weird. I think these are the ones that I think it's purple. These shouldn't be blue, right? If I'm color shifting, these should be like really dark purple. A lot of color. Rainbow skeleton. Yeah, like I said, this was first time doing this. I'm not a fan of doing shader stuff. I'm going to try to write a shader. And what the shader is going to do, it's going to do all of this for me, but I can apply it to any sprite sheet. And because it's a shader, it's post-processing, so it's happening. I can have it happen when I like create the like dude. Yeah. So like that's a thing for another time. I just wanted to be able to see, kind of understand how it kind of would work. And yeah, and then all I do is like anything like this, I would easily it would just be I'd replace this material with my shader material, and I would have a little script that when this is made, it will change its color to create a different slime. Because right now I do have, like, I have this guy, right, the basic dude, and then all this one is this one, the red one. Why isn't this red? This guy's supposed to be red. Yeah, so this is just a tinted. It's literally just tinted, but the problem is with the tint, it tints the weapon, and I didn't want that. So I'm going to build a shader that does a much better... And also tinting kind of breaks the... Like, I can't do that to this because the skull needs to remain white. See, the skull becomes red. So with my other thing, I'll be able to select all the green stuff, and I'll be able to select the white as its own thing. I can even keep the sheen. Well, I didn't do the sheen. This is all thanks to Meow Edge, the OG. The OG. He made these animations. Look at this thing, jiggle, 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 wiggle, wiggle. This is so cool. This is that head, and the cutest thing about this, if you look at the frames, it's like a normal, and then it becomes sad. Same with like the big dude, he's angry, and then if you run his animation, his death animation, he like disintegrates, and then if you look, his skull's sad too when he dies. He's a sad skull. I want to have a thing where it's like someone throws the skull and then I just play this in reverse, and then that's how he becomes formed. That's how I did like my other thing. And then it's like brutal slam, blah 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 blah. But yeah, this is another one that like these sheens, all these things have to be calculated differently. Masking, I could do masking, but it would be, like I said, it's easy to like, because I'm using pixel art, it's easy to just codify it where it's like it checks all the pixels, because this is not a very big thing. How big is this? How big is this guy? He's probably like 36 by 36, or maybe at most 64 by 64. So it'll check every single pixel. It ignores anything that's see-through, right? Anything that has like full transparency. And it's like, okay, I found this color. Okay, put that in a... You sure? He looks pretty big. Yeah, I can double check his thing. Is he in enemies? Where did I put him? Skullbat, Ronin, Brute, Cursors, Duelists, Effects, Cat, Human, Knight, Slime Brute, there we go. Oh, maybe it's 80. Let's take a look at the slicer. 64. Yeah, it's 64. No, it's 80 by 80. Each frame is 80 by 80. But it's the reason that each frame is 80 by 80 is because of the slam being his arms go up. But really his size is, I don't know how to play with this, but his size is smaller. Yeah, this is the big, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's because he stretches out and he's got the flappy loincloth. Yeah. And then I have my slime, I have my Skullbat. Skullbat! Need a mini of these guys to paint? Oh man, the problem is to take this, you'd have to 3D, it'd have to become 3D, right? And I don't even know how you would... Slimes would be so hard, because the thing is, it's like, it's got an internal color, right? Like, I mean, the bat would be, the bat would be easier. Like, this would be easier to do. A little bat. Yeah, Necromancer. He'd be a 2-part die cast The inside can be 3D printed, but it would arrive to be resin. Oh yeah, and then you'd have to like click them together. Oh, it'd be no too much. If I were to do one, I would do this, and literally, you paint the little white skull, and there's a mold, and you put the skull, like you put some green resin in, and then you just push the skull in, and you let it cure, and there you go, you got your little slime. That's it, that's all. Because like this one, you would have to have like effectively a skeleton. Put the 3D print bones inside the mold, fill it with resin, and then you have the man who doesn't come apart. Yeah, that's the you'd have to make a skeleton, stick that in, but then you'd also have to make sure that the skeleton doesn't go too far. So you have to like cure a little bit so that it like stops, or it's like thick enough that it can hold it in properly. The slime would be the easiest one. The slime would, I could probably make the slime at home. I have resin. No, he does not. We'll accept the question, but no, he's a slime. That was because that's what he's got here. Manipulate his shape. Oh wow, that's suggestive. But yeah, so there's the bat, there's the necromancer, there's the slime, there's the cat, there's the dude with the axe. I technically need to make like sword guys, and then technically there's the triple slime. There's technically the 3-headed slime, which has like a bone arm and has like more defined ab pectorials, the triple slime. Wow, okay, this is, and then technically there's this 2-headed mini slime, and then it looks like I have a skeleton that has like a frost sword. Some, what's it called? The Rune King? No, what the heck's the World of Warcraft dude? The Cold King, Colgate, the blonde-haired dude who went evil and then became a Lich Lord. Make sure to update your Steam page to have the hint. Frostmourne, curse your auto. RT. Yeah, I guess that would be the guy. It just looked like his sword. It's interesting that that guy and his that was like the one reason I thought about playing World of Warcraft, was because of that like expansion. But yeah. World of Warcraft. That dude, yeah, exactly. Chicka chicka bang bang, bong bong bong, dong dong, ding ding dong dong. Okay, what was I writing? Okay, so we check. We do this. If that's correct, this is true. If it's false, that happens, and we break. I need something that's like an event. Public bool event. Just sent you a chimera I finished up the other day. A chimera? A chimera? Oh, like you mean like a chimera. Ooh. Ooh. Some. What did you use for the purple? What paint is that? I like that purple. I really like that purple. Is it like a shiny purple? Could be that angry slime appears with necromancer sneeze. Choo! Slime. Blue, midnight purple, royal blue, and 2 color changing paints. Dream on and Cloud 9. Jeez, you used a lot of colors. I was like expecting you to be like, yeah, I have this cool color change purple with sparkles in it, and I was like, no, it's a lot more stuff than it's a lot more work than I could probably want to put in for a little bit of purple on a model. I actually just got a bunch of models. A guy gave me a bunch. Oh, actually, no. So, okay, sorry. I got to just write this real quick. That's good, though. Experimentation is great. Event. What was I doing? Event complete. Yeah, let's go with complete. Completed. Yeah. After the check has been made and the success or failure decided, whatever, or failure. Okay, so then we do this event completed. What? That's not right. Did I not capitalize that? Boop. Did not capitalize the C. Completed. Where are you? Where was I? Here. Yeah, so then here, event completed is equal to true. False, or whatever. That's done. Either way, this is done because it breaks after. It does this. If this is true, it does that. If this is true, it does that. Boom. I technically have to copy all these things again. And then this is going to be strength. Now you might wonder why I chose to use indexes. Whatever, I can make this false. It guarantees that that's correct then. Now we do dexterity. That's the other thing is, like, I don't know if everyone's going to get the same experience because, like, for everyone who's watching this, oopsies, Control Z. Control Z. For everyone who's watching, crap, I didn't do the right thing. Control C. Control V. Control V. I gotta just add these first. For everyone who's watching, default, there's no number error, no valid set string. Like, you have, like, an idea of certain things. Like I said, only a certain amount of information I'm going to share with the player. And because I'm only sharing so much with the player, you kind of know, like, oh, if I say, oh, this is a hidden interaction, like, oh, this could happen if you do this, right? It's like cheat codes. This is a weird idea, and I'm just going to throw it out there for people who are listening. I thought about creating, in the future, like down the road, creating a Patreon page. But what the Patreon page does is literally give you cheat codes. Or, like, hidden information. Because it's like, it sucks. I want to have cheat codes in the game, but I don't want it so... I want it to be like the old days where it's like you either had to, like, get it word of mouth or you had to, like, get a magazine. The problem is once you like, oh shoot, did I do this? Yeah, here. Once you don't think that exists in the internet era anymore. I know. I was trying to figure out a way to do it. I thought about for purple flying hippos in hat. No, so what I was thinking was, like, writing like an encoded system within the game. Even back when game FAQ was a thing, game guides and word of mouth was dying. Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I was thinking like, because even okay, let's say I make it something that's unique. Like you know how remember the way that you used to save some games? You got to a certain point, and you were just given like an X digit code, and then that like brought you back to whatever level and with your information. Here you bit. Here's your bit. Ship every unit with a CD-ROM drive. For Age of Mythology, Titans. Yep, I remember Age of Mythology. I love Age of Mythology. Actually, I wanted to get the remaster. I hear that it's like not too bad. Can scan CD-ROM they own for a unique hero like Monster Range. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. And you know how Monster Ranchers? I remember Monster Ranchers. That's actually a really cool idea. I like the idea of giving like a unique. Well, that's something I gotta do way later. So like when people have unique, like you did the Kickstarter and you got a unique hero or a unique anything. What's gonna happen is every single person, every single unique character or whatever, is going to have a code that you can put into your game in a specific area. And what that does, it unlocks that hero for you. So technically over time, people would figure out, like, you know, Josh's hero gets, like, his code is, like, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or, like, whatever, some alphanumeric code. You go to the shrine, you put the code in. Now that hero's unlocked. Now, the thing is, if Josh never tells anyone this code, then he'd be the only person to ever unlock it. But you get what I'm saying? That was like a thing I liked. Or hiding stuff in like the credits. I love the idea of hiding. I'm literally going to have a toggle that when you watch the credits on the normal speed and watch the whole thing through, there'll be like almost like a, I don't want to say a QuickTime event, but there'll be a thing that if you click, it'll just unlock. Like, you'll just unlock an extra thing in the game by just taking the time, looking through the credits, and that click point will be randomly selected inside the scrolling credits. So you actually have to be paying attention. It's like a very basic, like, I'm not a bot. And then it's like, you click that, and it's like, okay, you unlocked whatever, this credit hero. I want to have a lot of little things like that. Because right now, the unlock system for heroes is pretty straightforward. If you come across them and they join your party, you could be some shrine or smith that will give you stuff if you put there. Yeah, actually, that's exactly right. So there's going to be something like that. There's going to be a place where you see all the heroes that have come to pass, like kind of like almost like a legend or an index or something like that. Just kind of like, oh, these are the heroes you've unlocked. You've seen it before. You've seen something. You've seen the basic prototype of it. 1 second. I think I saved. I think I did what I need to do there. If we go to that's scenes, not prefab scenes, ladder scene. Yeah, sure, save whatever I did here. I don't know what I did. But yeah, like here. Oh, it's not this one. Sorry, it's not this one. This is the way that this is. But if we go to this one, like combos of items proposed by people. That's the other thing, is I want to make it so that if someone helped make an item in the game, they can yeah, it's a little broken actually. We're missing the rest of the party. I don't know where everyone else is. Okay. The heck? Where are people? Apparently she's here. Oh, this is probably why. I bet you. Ha! There she is. Of course, of course. Of course she's in, like, not the right spot and stuff. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. I'll have to go back. But yeah, so this is... So you go here. Whatever, new game. Oh. This is broken too right now. But yeah, here... Why is this broken? What, the tacos? Why is it broken? Where are all my heroes? Oh, they're all missing. Oh, man, why is that? I haven't gone back to the main project in so long. Level? What scene is that? This one. Why is this all missing? Did I do something to my prefabs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. Something was a little jank there. Not good. What was it? Queue title screen. Is there a plan to have it be dynamic or random each startup? I thought about... yeah, I was thinking about something like that. Something with showing your old party, showing the enemies you fought. Because that's all stuff that I save anyways. Like, that's data I'm collecting because I need it for other stuff in the game. Yeah, so okay, so this is the idea, is that there will be like a hall of heroes. And this is the selection thing, but it'll be similar to this, where you can like check all the different heroes that you've come across, right? And the idea would be that here there might be like some person that you can like ask a question. It's like, oh, I'm looking for this hero. And so let's say Josh, who has his own hero, is like, oh, I need Sir Josh, right? Like, if you know how the name is written, you can ask the person, and then what that'll do is, because generally what I want to... I'm back and forth if I'm going to have all the heroes in here, and they're like the ones you can't select are going to be grayed out, like you haven't found them yet, or like maybe like desaturate them, like what is it? Do something like you know, have the ones you can't select right away be... Where are they? Hero pool? Is this him? Yeah. How does yeah, have this like something like that's what you see, right? Until you unlock them. How does Vampire Survivor do it? Character selection on a new... Vampire Survivor do its character selection on a new save file. Yeah, so this is what this is how you would see them. They probably wouldn't be animated. They'd just be a still version. And then when they're unlocked, when you come through here, you see them like this, and you would also have access to this would have information on them, right? And then I might make this scroll, either scroll or I'll condense this to be prettier. This is prototype stuff from before. And then yeah, and you select whatever person. How does Vampire Survivor do his character selection on a new save file? I don't know. What I do, if you're curious about it, how my save system works is I have 2 save files. Actually, I can even get to them. There we go. Nope, that's sprites. We don't want that. We want... is it going to be in here? I think I saw the path here. Not what I wanted. It is Flow Frostlight Studios. So no, I need APP. App data slash whatever. Ew. I know where it is. Well, that to be said, whatever. I can't. It's taking me a pain in the butt to get to it. But pretty much my save file. I have two save files. I have the player save file. So like this is what your game is, and it saves all your stuff. And then I have the game save file. And the game save file is the thing that's tracking all your progressive stuff. So how many playthroughs you've done, how much time you spent, what characters you've unlocked, what events have occurred in the world, blah, 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 blah. While this, the player one, that one just keeps track of, like the internal save stuff. So if you've made decisions, what quests will be available, blah, blah, blah. Well, this one looks at overarching things. So, have you completed a run yet? Right? That will start change. That'll set flags for other things to occur. Yeah. So there's just two save files. That's how I'm doing it. I thought it was the most straightforward way to deal with, and that's why I have when I run this. If I do a new, I can just click this unlock all characters button. Because right now this is on default, but like later on for testing, this isn't going to be on, like my having all the heroes available. And see, if I click continue, technically I haven't selected anything, so it shouldn't actually exist. But it brings me here, and it shouldn't have anything. I shouldn't be able to. I don't have. It spawned all the enemies, but it doesn't have. I have no hero. So it shouldn't go there. But yeah, right now I have all the heroes unlocked, but normally what it would be it would start with the first hero, and then you get the first hero, and then it should be relatively easy for you to get another hero, and then you'll see them as your next playthrough or whatever. You can start with a different hero. Oh, unless I'm in an ad. No, the ads. The ads. But yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of cleaning up. I'll save you from missing content. Oh, okay. Fine. Ugh. Are we all locked in? There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Oopsies, I need to bring this camera back. Anyone have an extra Logitech camera just kicking around? Donate to my push-up screen. I have a Logic 1080p. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to do that. My phone is my second camera. No, I could probably find another Logitech for like dirt cheap. Back to ladder. Yeah, there's another weird thing that I have going on is that I have different scaling on different scenes, which I have to now go and like set every scale to the correct scale so that every character sits correctly. Because if you look, we go here, we run this scene, all my little peoples, which I should probably do a different scene. I have them all like standing here, but like they're all tiny and like kind of squished and weird. I might make a different scene similar to the other character select. So we pick Bowman, we go to combat, and then, you know, he's like the right size. Also, I think I'm gonna change this bottom to be similar to like how I use the cave stuff. Yeah, and then I have these things that have to get coated up. And Deadeye too, but stab! As the animation doesn't run. Yeah, it's just like little things. Boss battle doesn't work. Treasure room works. Let's go to the treasure room. This should probably be like a cave and not... Or I could make it like a cool room. What are we going to take? Let's take the spoon. Oh, let's put the spoon over here. Technically this should be... Maybe help with that. CSP isn't the most precise, but I can give it a shot. See your bounding boxes. No, it's camera stuff. It's like my camera renderer. And then recruit another person. Let's go mess something up. Ninja, go! Ninja, stabbery! Treasure room. You sure it's not an issue because your sprite sheets are being different scales? I mean, if I standardized all the sprite sheets correctly, so like I took all my sprite sheets and like made them all on the same slice scale, it would probably make a lot of things easier. But the thing is, I can also tweak them in the prefabs. That's what I did. I did a lot of it just tweaking in the prefabs to make them work. You know, at the end of the day... Ooh, let's go with the swordfish. This is sort of working. Technically, it should not have these items. It should have different items. But look, I can give stuff. And it should also have... It should have... The heroes should be, like, sitting on these pedestals to give them their special little items. Heal. Oh, now we're gonna fight a lot of people. One shot, one kill. Let's skip turn. 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 The shake. The shake only triggers whenever the enemy attacks. I wonder if this is gonna work. Uh-oh. It broke. Yeah, it was supposed to... He's supposed to die. And then I'm supposed to be able to pick him. And now I can't attack. Oh! Never mind. Okay, that's actually how it's supposed to work. That's correct, because I lose a turn by switching to a person, so I'm just missing the text to, like, to continue. And then you could stab. And then I should be Xing out these dudes. But they battled all of them. He gets to level up his strike skill, but I don't have any skills here. And we train up. And this is broken because there's nothing to adjust to the array. But this would be where he like, makes his strike like fire strike, lightning, twin strike. Cool. Yeah, every once in a while it's good for me to do that, to run, try to run the game loop a little bit and see where things are causing issues. So yeah, so the actual combat's actually working correctly. The only thing is it needs to display what you have to do, like select new hero, continue is like what it needs to do there. Okay, that's cool. Back to what I was doing before. Explosion time. Oh, okay. Stay safe. Hoping everything goes okay. Hope you're all good, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, our friend there is native of Ukraine, and from time to time there are the bomb sirens and different things. So yeah, they're a country that's at war, so you never know. They have to ration water and gas and electricity, and they have a curfew, so like after a certain time it's like lights out, no lights, because if there's lights on in a city or whatever, it means that that's a visible target from the air. So yeah, just so you know, the world is the internet makes the world a lot smaller place. Yeah, hope he's doing okay. What was I doing? Yeah, so we call this function. This function checks who is the currently selected hero. Yeah, kind of sucks. And because he's a dude, he's not allowed to leave the country. That's one of those other things. Okay, yeah. So, we run this. It checks who is the selected hero. Okay, we know the selected hero's number in the order of children in my placeholder. We check what is the name of the thing. What are we comparing it to? What stat? It will hit that stat. And if that stat is higher... Oh, shoot. You know what I need to do? I need to make this a little bit easier. I realize I put this stat way too freaking high. Training, level up, shop, inventory, event. Event generation. Okay. Success value. Does anyone have speed right off the bat? See, now I have to... See, this is just the little tweaking stuff. Playable. What is your stat for speed? Your speed is 0. Okay, I think everyone has 0 speed. That's the problem. So I should change this test from being speed what's the next one in my list? So speed, strength. So we'll do a strength check. So this is strength. We'll make the check easy too. There's a pit your path. In your path, someone has to jump across with a rope. Help the rope. Okay. Strength. Fail description. Hero falls to their death. Bink. And then the the success description. Fix the jump. To tie rope on the other side. Okay. What event number? We're going to go event number 1 instead. That's fixed. We're fixing it there. Actually, let's just make sure that it's not forcing it anywhere else. Yeah, here it's saying event number, so let's make it event number 1. And I'll put a code here. Running the gen or fixed event. This is testing fixed strength test. Okay, so that should work. On start, it will set the fixed event number to event number 1. Why do I have this kind of setup? It's because then I can go very ham on this. So like this is kind of big. I can probably create a like a script that'll pull all this stuff from maybe a text file if I decide to make something like that. But right now this way it's like it retains internally in Unity and it's not pulling from external things. But for the future I might build something like that so that I can maybe do something. Because right now I only have 3 possible events. And yeah, technically these have to change. Yeah, I'm probably going to change these success and fail images. I don't need all these. And I'm just going to have check marks that are going to go over. Right now you see a little thing here, that's for camping. This is cave entrance. Is there like a pit? Do you have a pit? Nope. 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 I thought I'll have to pick something else. Whatever, this cave is fine, I guess. I need like one that's like a pit. This is just an easy way for me to also tell. Okay, also let's just change this grid. Palette. This. What the heck? Something a little janky here. Okay. Why can't I select this? Object trying to be loaded during let's clear this. What if I try just this? What the heck? Okay, this is weird. Yeah. Okay. That's the correct one. Get rid of you. Go here. Okay, now it works. What the heck? That's such a weird interaction. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. What does that look like? Does that look... Oh yeah, it looks like a pit. That's not too bad. Yeah. It's not the greatest looking pit, but it looks like a pit. I should probably have like a floor level here. Do I not have a floor? I don't have like a floor piece. Interesting. That's fine. Okay, that's why it's a little janky there. There we go, something like that. Something like that, something like that. Little cool. Looks like I have a hole. That's all that matters. I know some of this stuff is, you can see the lines and blah, 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 but whatever, that's fine. Okay, so in theory, this should now be my, like, pit trap. Okay. Cool. Let me select that. Work on stream stuff for golf game. Oh, really? Where you streaming at? You streaming on Twitch? You twitching? Twitching hard? Twitching hard? Making the Twitch money? Working on Steam stuff. Oh, Steam, not stream. Oh, okay, sorry, Lexia. You know, get in there and read things differently. Put in letters. Oh, so hey, guess what? You're experienced. You have experience. Actual, you know, what's it called? Capsules, headers. You got the experience. You've done it before. You're gonna smash that out like nobody's business, right? And the thing is, do you still have all the stuff I sent you? All like the better version of like, or the that's not the Steam documentation one, the other one that like simplifies it. Supposed to work on stream stuff last month, but couldn't find time. Are you doing everything? Like everything? Are you doing also like the like you're not doing the trailer, are you? Or are you just doing all the capsules and icons and yeah, I had the main capsule first though, so that took a bit. Yeah, well now the logo. Yeah. Well the main capsule is what you're gonna use as your derivative for everything else, right? You can reshape the main capsule to like all sorts of different things. Look at you, man. Friggin' leveraging experience from hanging out at my place. Oh, this guy's gonna be a pro soon. He's gonna be like putting it up. People can call you up, be like, "Yo, you're gonna be see. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna become too expensive, and I won't be able to hire you. You're just gonna have all this experience doing a bunch of other indie games, and then I'll be like, "Hey, buddy, I need help. Be like, sorry, Jamal, I got 4 commissions, and I got this other game to do, and got more pixel animation to do. Oh, were you here for the song? Were you here for my epic song? No? Okay. Go to the... I'm not gonna play... Well, I mean, I can play it again, I guess. Where is it? It's in... I put it in here. So, okay, one sec. I gotta turn off the other music. Where's my other music? Ear. Play it again. Let's play it again, Sam. Just have every stream start with it. Just wait. Maybe I need to redub this with my own voice. Oh. Well, I hope I'm not. Does it say that? Do you have the text? Oh, debugging dragons. Wow. Yeah, maybe I'll have to. Maybe I'll like drop. Oh man, maybe I should go and do take like my face and use like an AI like video maker thing, make myself anime, and then no, because it's weird, because the thing is it's someone else talking about me. It's not me. It's not me rapping. It's someone else rapping about me. So I need like a character. Oh man. Guess you don't use AI image generator, please. Jamal. Ghibli Jamal. Well, I remember there was a big into like Snapchat filters and stuff, and I remember there was an oh man, I'd have to find it. I have it somewhere, but it's like anime filters, and there's one where it's just like my face, but it's like an anime face, and it's literally the typical like black guy like anime character. It's so funny. It's like, oh, if you're of this complexion or more, it's like just black guy. And then it's like, if you're of this complexion or less, you're like the same white. And then if you even have the slightest female... Oh no, I think it's like if you don't have facial hair, you get like a female look. That's what it did. I'll have to find that image somewhere. Okay, so this is going to be called... Use your enemy sorcerer as the singer. I don't even know if he has a mouth. And then I do it like South Park, and I just like move him like this, and then like zoom in the camera every once in a while. Where's my prefabs enemies? This dude? Does he have a mouth? Yeah, he doesn't even have a mouth. I'm just looping. Over and over again, I can't unhear it. Sure, use a sprite. Make it quick. Mic for him. Oh yeah, I'm not that fast. I'm not an artist that can magically just give a dude a mic. And I don't even know, do I have, let's go to animations. Are any of his animations holding something? Is this holding? No. This one? It'd just be funny if it's just a bunch of look at these nah, you gotta pay that guy, man. That guy's not cheap. That guy is not cheap to hire to get you to make stuff. You either have to have like his house being gassed and fumigated and you provide him shelter and food for work, or you pay him the big bucks. That's how it goes. No, nothing comes free. You can't expect people to do things for free. Pay him $350 for a mic. No. Well, 1 second. Let me do a quick calculation here. I'm gonna calculate something real quick off screen. Let's go. Wait, is that correct? Yeah, okay. So, Homeboy's work, you have to pay him 60 cents a minute. So, with your, well, we can even round it down. We'll round down for friend discount. So, 50 cents a minute. That means he would have to do that in, what, 7 minutes? I think putting in a mic, actually, just putting in a mic, no animations, I think could be done for 7 minutes of work. But you also have to take into consideration there is initial discussing of what you want that you charge for. There is loading up the software you charge for because you booted up your software. There's getting your cup of coffee before you start. You charge for that too. Then there's doing the work. And then there is, what's it called? Help me out here. Revisions, right? And you always charge double for a revision. That's just how it goes. Just how it is. You don't like what the artist did, you charge double. Why we just did the discussion live on stream for free. No, because it has to. You can't use. I guess technically, I could clip this, have my recorded conversation part, and send it. But technically, anytime you commission something, you should always have proper documentation. That is like a big thing. So like some of the other art that I have in the game that wasn't done by Meow Edge, I actually have like commission documents. So like I have signed documents, I have legal forms that for IP related stuff. It's like not super like in depth, but it's enough that it's like if anything happens and like my stuff blows up or whatever, or associative. So it's like if the guy I hired ends up being like a murderer, I'm not affiliated, right? So that's a big thing. You gotta, especially when you're not interacting with people like in person. You know, you're interacting with contractors online that you never see their face. But Meow I know in person. No, I can. Fool does anything. I can show up at his house, kick a door in, give him a sandwich, tell him to get back to work. But he doesn't work for me. I'd love for him to work for me. I need money for him to work for me. I should start like I need to start a crowdfunding just to hire him. Start an OnlyFans. I mean, with AI, I could start my own OnlyFans. I would call myself... Well, I was about to say Jamila, but that's my sister's name, so probably not that. What would my... No, I need, like... I would want to go niche. I wouldn't want to go, like, normal. No, denied. You're sounding really AI-pilled this stream. Yeah, I guess we talked a lot about AI this stream. It's just because there's a lot of I don't want to say like there's benefits, but like there's a lot of little things. Yeah. Like I thought about there's a plugin for what is it? Retinal. Like it's like I could be like working, and no matter what, it's like looks like I'm talking to the camera, which then therefore I'm talking to the viewer. Versus the half the time I'm like la 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 la. You're glazing the AI almost as hard as ChatGPT is glazing the children using it. Oh no, I'm not saying AI is the be all end all. It just there's little things that I could see it being useful for. You know, certain workflow things can be improved with it. But then there's a lot of stuff it can't do. And for me, as a solo developer, there are things that I wish it could do, but it can't. Because if it could, man, I'd be making games like popcorn. But it does not have that capability yet. And I don't know if it ever will. Because, like, I was thinking about animations the other day, and I found a lot of cool... what's it called? The other thing is really just scale of ideas. Yeah, that's the thing. It allows for someone in my position to do bigger and crazier things. Like I cannot do a 3D game unless it's like a very, very, very basic 3D game. But yeah, so I was, back to like what I was saying. It's something I mentioned to Can a lot, but you both lock in on the super fucking big idea of your first. For her, it was her year and a half long short. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's well, it's not even... I wouldn't say locking in a big idea. I feel like the scope creep is also another big one. Scope creep is definitely a very big danger. I used it to prototype the restaurant game so far for coding. Yeah. So, what scene was I on? I was in this. No, ladder. Yeah, no, it's. I don't think I would want it to do everything for me. Yeah, that's the thing. That is exactly right. It is always kind of wonky. The code is always weird. And that is like the big reason I'm not a big fan of it. I've been talking to like programmers who use it to like help with stuff, and there's other AI models that are just better at it. There's people who talked about Copilot, the one that's built for Visual Studio, but it's not like a coding thing. It's like a suggestive thing. It's like, oh, I can see your code. This is most likely the line that you're gonna pick to like end your string. Which a lot of people say that's really nice, but that's if you're working in like one thing. If you're like me and you have a bajillion different things going, it gets a little weird because it's not. And also, if you're like me who might not have the perfect what's it called? Not namespace, but like the way you name things. Like I don't think my naming is very consistent. I'm getting better at how I name my functions and my variables and things like that. I've really leaned into like descriptive. 3 is supposed to be for code. Yeah, there's a couple. There's one that I know, a software engineer. He's like, oh, this is actually surprisingly useful. He says the same thing though. It's like you can't make it do complex stuff. You can't make it do multiple things across multiple things. It's like I need a function, and I know this function is going to have a switch case with 100 things in it, right? Instead of you writing the switch case with 100 things, you have it write it. You just put the parameters of what the switch case needs to be, right? See, here's only this is a small switch case, but there's switch cases. There's cascading switch cases. Another one is dictionary and libraries. That's the thing. It's like, oh, do I want to write out, because I have that for my parsing, my my move list, where eventually that's just going to have hundreds, if not thousands of words in it. And do I want to write all those words? Yeah, probably not. Don't want to have to write all of that. Yeah, you got to do it yourself, and you got to the biggest thing, and this is the biggest thing, is you got to be able to understand what it wrote. That is the biggest thing. You can't just be like, AI, write me a video game. It's like, no. You need to know when you read that code, what that code's doing. Because it's very easy for stupid AI to just muck everything up. And the thing is, you don't know, right? Now that we're talking about this, I'm really aggravated with vibe coders. Because I'm like, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be like, yeah, man, do this, blah, blah, blah. And then all these things that are coming about, like, oh, I'll teach you how to be the best AI prompter there is. You want to know how to prompt AI the best way possible? Don't worry, I got you. Learn these sentence structures and you will be a prompting god. Yeah, no, you still have to know. You have to know what you're looking at. And this is the same thing for artists. Like, Meow he can spot AI-generated stuff a mile away. For me, it's starting to get harder, but I'm not an artist. I've heard it said by someone who is super AI-pilled, to be fair, that vibe coding is basically just turning someone into a lead programmer job-wise. Seems like a tall order when most people don't even understand code they write themselves, let alone AI. Yeah, well, thank you for joining the discussion, Skulltag. But yeah, that's the thing. And that's why if people come here and they ask me about game dev, one of the big things I tell them is start learning a little bit of code. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be you don't have to be a master coder, but learning how code works and how it's implemented will make you better at every single other aspect of game development. You want to be an animator? If it's cool, you can rig skin, bone, and do an animation. But if you can learn a little bit of code to help that animation interact with your game, boom, you're ahead of the curve. In terms of what the workflow is like, not in terms of the skill. Yeah. I think you have to have the skills. You have to have the skills before you can implement AI as an additional tool. And I think the best one is people saying AI is not going to replace things. It is just going to be a tool. It's like code, There was a point where C was the way to do it, then C++, then C#, right? But the thing is, and I've said this to other people before, it's like, I'm not a great coder, but the fact that I learned C and C++, and then I learned C# taught me a lot of valuable lessons. Sad thing is there are jobs out there that are AI prompting jobs. Yeah, that's the hype. That's just anything. It's going to be the hype, and it's going to start breaking in places. And we've already seen it. We've already seen there was a huge spike in especially funding, right? There was a huge spike of funding for AI type stuff. And then a lot of these things just gobbled up the money and pieced out, right? Well, the problem is the AI as in term is already very nebulous. Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like people shouldn't. I should be pushing that I shouldn't be saying AI. I should be saying a learning language model, right? That's what it is. It is not AI. It is not intelligent. It is a pretty much a self-replicating algorithm that folds information back on itself and then tries to... honestly, it's the same idea as if you were to have a thing of sand and some water, and you drop the water on it from one end. Eventually, it's going to carve a path through the sand, and then that is its answer. That's the easiest way to look at it. It's not really... oh, see, they did. It's all the grift. It has practical uses, especially in the medical field or data entry. I think definitely for data entry, analyzing, but I think at the very end of the day, it should always be a human at the very end. There should always be... and it's not just like, I know how to prompt stuff. No, it has to be like someone who knows what they're looking at. But people talk about it like it's going to be a single person in the bedroom making a Hollywood movie. Yeah, no. Even this is the other thing is, people think that AI can, or whatever, learning language models can create, but no, it's not creating anything. It's replicating and slightly iterating on anything it's learned. So why do some games pop off? We'll bring this back to video games. Why do some games pop off, especially small games? Something like Vampire Survivor. It is an iteration of an old game with a little bit of new sparkle to it, right? But the thing is, you have to know, but you have to have this feeling of what that needs to be. And I think learning language models don't have feeling. They literally just take whatever data. We're using it to replace creative jobs for some reason and forcing people into factories rather than automating factories jobs for people who spend more time creating. That's a big truth, right? Like, but again, it's interesting because I feel like factories should be more automated. It's kind of like the whole what is it called, the Industrial Revolution, a second form. GameSpot is pretty nebulous, and I don't ever think we as actual real humans understand the industry can explain why. We can look at trends for sure. Again, that's how AI would do it. I'm sorry. Learning language models, how it would do it. It would look at trends. It would pick whatever is doing well and then just duplicate on that. But the problem is, if you do that, you want trends to go like this, but if you're duplicating on itself, it's going to move the trends like this, and then they're going to point up to one thing. But, like, Among Us was a dead game that no one had ever played with maybe 12 sales for 2 years before it took off. Now it's a cultural phenomenon. Yeah, but that's... So this is where I get a little kind of, not I would say conspiracy, but I shouldn't say conspiracy, but like the gray morality of stuff. But it's like, would I use AI, would I use a learning language model to leverage the way that my game is not perceived, but like spread out? You know what I mean? Like, so Among Us, 2 years kind of sitting around, and there's a few games that are like that, where there's another game that was like that it like was around for like a little bit, and then all it took was one streamer to pop it off. Or what was it? It's that climbing game? That game where it's just like weird random objects and you climb higher and higher and higher and higher. And is it that game? Or there was a game where you're a worm or something? I can't remember. But pretty much an American makes this game, right? Everything's in English, blah, blah, blah. Chained together? No, I don't think it's chained together. But they make a game. And it's like kind of a joke game, and it's silly and weird. And then it gets picked up in another market by a non-native speaking group. So Only Up? Maybe that's what it is. And it was picked up by like some Japanese or Korean streamer. And they just like fell in love with the game. And then it exploded there. The creator never realized this until somewhere in between it started to cross over back as people from our side, you know, started being like, oh, there's this cool, like, streamers here, like, oh, there's this cool game that people are playing in Korea. and then they start playing here, but it's really from here. Yeah, no. I worry about trend packing. I worried about shovelware. I know Steam has their they have like a verified thing. So it's like if you don't do your Steam page properly and do a couple extra little components, you get flagged as not verified or something like that, which means in the Steam algorithm your game is like dropped. So I can't remember what it is. I know I have it like written, or I have a document somewhere where I have to make sure I do everything specifically. But yeah, if your game isn't got this verified thing, Steam drops it from the algorithm, and that was their attempt at curbing shovelware. Right? So that's my worry. I mean, its exponential growth of Steam publishes has been kind of nuts. I've been looking at the growth. There's already been, in the first few months of this year, there was something like, I can't remember, probably like 2,000 games released, and of those 2,000 games, only like 400 were verified, or something like that. So that means you have 1,600 shovelware games, effectively. Now, not all of them are shovelware. Some of them are, small indies, person just trying to put out something for Steam on their first try, whatever. But, like, they don't know about these certain things, so they just get lumped in. I can probably find it. Games released and Steam. I want to know this. This is the calendar? No, not a calendar. Also, the amount of games that deal with pornography is kind of nuts. It is insane. Where's the cool charts that I want? Because, you got like this, and I actually looked at some of these. Like, I remember this popped off. But this is also following kind of certain trends of low poly things. Excuse me. But yeah, so these came out like recently. Can I do this way? So yeah, okay. So this pulls its data. I want to know. Oh yeah, okay. This pulls its data. If I do this, 10,000 games? No, because these haven't released yet. Okay, I want released. I can't do that way. But already, like, there's already 10,000 games to be like in this year. That's kind of nuts. 10,000 games. Yeah. That is cuckoo. I wish I could have a sorting thing better. But yeah. So what are we here? 1. So in just January, we've got like at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gonna hold my finger like that. 20, 30, 40, about 50 games. 50 games, just like that. In 1 month. 50 games released in 1 month. I don't know what the most expensive game was. Oh, Steam Deck, okay. Steam Deck, EVE Online, 200 and... What is some of these games? This game, Infinite Fury, $259.99. That just makes no sense. Read. What are these with these weird $259 games? Huh. Substance 3D Designer. Room. How is this? How are people buying these games? $259, and there's been Money laundering? Probably. I'm rich. Oh, I've heard of something like room. Here again. Here. Room football, apocalypse, wasteland. Room football. This is weird. I think it's definitely someone trying to like do some shenanigans. Chess-based 18th Steam Edition. Laggy AF. Cyberlink Discovery. Okay, some of these are software. This game is trying so hard. This football game. Wow. See, I'm not surprised about something like this, EVE Online. I'm not surprised about the Warframe. Throne and Library. I don't know what that is. Wow, I can't even believe some of these. Phantom Brave Heroes soundtrack? Isn't Phantom Brave kind of a popular game? War Thunder? FA18C? Is that the Canadian version? It might be. I think the F18C might be the Canadian version. Can't remember. But yeah. Wow, Snake Eater's actually a $90. Oh, and then now we just get to like new games, and they're all like $90. But shizzle my nizzle, rizzle hizzle. That is kind of bonkers. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wild, still the biggest population of game. Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds. Highest rated games. Oh, but this is rated better than Monster Hunter Wilds. This game popped off. What are we looking at? How much moolah did it make? If I go to the Steam page, let's see what it tells me. Oh, it only made friggin' almost $50 million. Crazy. It is literally a pot game. It's a stoner game. You were a drug dealer. I didn't even know what this game was. It popped being a drug dealer. Wow, that's interesting how this is like. And the thing is, I know what these assets are. I've seen these assets. These are from a specific asset pack. That is, and it's funny because I watched the thing about how, you don't need good art. You just need consistent art. If your art all works together, doesn't matter if it's all crap. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be pretty crazy. This is like a interactive story. This is by the people who make Take Two. The face reminds me of Bean Guy. Yeah. Then there's Repo, which again, this is like a what's it called? That company game that you go and you like work together and you try to go and get shit, I think. Killer Bean. Yeah, no. Crazy. Oh, this is a gacha game. But yeah. On that topic. Well, this is there's been an interesting side quest on that whole thing. A lot of viewers today, surprisingly. Do you think winning between who do you think wins between a gorilla and 100 men? Well, that's an interesting question. Double D. Who would win between one gorilla and 100 men? Well, it depends. That question is so nebulous. Is this what kind of gorilla is it? Is this a male silverback gorilla? Are these men, like, old? Are they a bunch of, like, 90-year-old men? Are they all obese? Are they a bunch of cripples? Or paraplegics? Or blind? Do they have weapons? Are they semi-intelligent? Lethal Company, yes, that's the one I was talking about before. So, in the grand scheme of things, a gorilla against 100 men. Also, are they fighting as a group, or are they going one at a time? I would give, by the basis of numbers, 100 men should be able to beat a gorilla. Just by numbers. Because 100 to 1, yes, the gorilla has about 10 times their strength and durability, and is like, could be way more like a gorilla could rip your arms off. But yeah, I would go with the 100 humans. I will add that. There you go. You guys are all wondering, where am I talking? What am I doing? It's because I multi-stream, and sometimes I get random. I get YouTube things, and because my chat for Twitch is directly below my camera, so generally I'm looking this way so I can look at you when I'm talking. Excuse me. But my chat for my YouTube is this way, and so I don't generally see this as quickly. And then my chat for my Kick is that way. So same thing. I don't generally see those ones, but those ones have the lowest derivative of people watching. Like, Kick has nobody, and I don't have a thing that checks my metrics for YouTube. YouTube, I pretty much only stream on YouTube for the fact that YouTube lets me it puts my video on YouTube as a live whatever after. So that's kind of why. Mind you, my YouTube subs have slowly trickled up. I don't know who watches it. I always prompt them like, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, I sent you a game to review on DM. A game to review. A game to review. Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna get a little spiked up here. Killbean. Oh, this isn't even out yet. Okay. I mean, I am a sucker. I am a sucker for bullet time. You know, Max Payne has a very special place in my heart. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's some spice. I love bullet time. Oh, man. I don't know why bullet time is, like, not really... I don't believe that is real. That's sick. That's awesome. I am like... I didn't even put audio.
You're the gosh darn idiot who wants to take down the Shadow Agency. Well, it is sure nice to meet you before you die.
Yeah, this feels like a lot of asset packs. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I honestly don't hate it at all. It's tons. I've seen those explosions before. Bullet time. See, I can't know. Ooh, that water's pretty cool. Honestly, this has no business being this cool. Yeah, but you like the car, the terrain. It's a lot of like. I feel like if the terrain matched the beans a little bit better, like their same style, See, the thing is, they used realistic environment instead of like low poly. I think that's the only thing I'm not a fan of. Even their guns are low poly. I know that. I know these animations. That's too funny. Ah, bullet time though. Bullet time. I think bullet time's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, basic physics. I bet you. I have a feeling this is probably made in Unreal because they're. Yeah, this is Unreal in a bunch of packs. Maybe the main character is like their own thing. But yeah, it's like you picked a bunch of, except for the car, but like everything else is oh. Okay, did you see that? Did you see that? This room here. This room here, I'm pretty sure is in that game that we're seeing all over the internet. Has a German splunk in it. I'm sold. Hello, hey Vicious Bits, guten Tag. It's been a while. Yeah, we're just talking about this game, and I'm kind of going over the fact that this is German. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's just an interesting. No, it's not. Oh, okay. I just try to remember people who come and go. Yeah, no, just reviewing this thing, I'm laughing at how it's one of those things that I mentioned about having you have like a super character, like cartoony-ish character, and then you have super hyper real buildings. But this game is. I sent you the movie? Wait, there's a movie? What do you mean there's a... The flibbity dibbities? I don't like that sound. Something's weird with these keyframes. Yeah, there's some weird. This rig is not being. I don't think this rig is being is not hand animated. And a half of. It's an hour and a half. Like, is there anything? This is from 6 years ago. See, this is what it is. Is that they. It's like a machinima project. Yeah, it's like a machinima project that they just are like, I'm gonna turn into a game.
What are the shadow beams doing?
Oh, did I miss the action scene? And what is with the butt cracks? There's just so many butt cracks. Okay, so maybe the person did the animations, but like, and like, yeah, so like this bike. But everything else, this is all just asset pulls. But it would be great if everything was the style. I think the style, like, I like it. It's bright. It's smooth. I think if they... Oh, he's got a neck butt crack. The butt crack goes from... Oh, he's got the dragon guns. That doesn't make any sense. Those bullets are the wrong sound. Oh, look at that really nice destruction. Ugh, I'm dead. I'm actually your brother's sister's mother.
Where is Killer Bean?
Oh, that's super racist.
We put his ass in the slammer. Wait.
I am... This is just hilarious. Oh. Is this like a Matrix fight? Oh, of course. He knows Kung Fu. Oh, was that a ragdoll they used? Huh. I think this is Unreal. I'm guessing Unreal. I bet you this is Unreal. Being merch? Like... they got a Steam game coming out from 10 months ago, so last year. What's this? Yeah. Merch, Killer Bee, free iPad. There's no description. So it's like there's potential coffee fighting each other. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious now. Video. Oldest. 16 years ago. This person has been doing these bean things for 16 years. A bean booty poppin'. 16 years. Far Cry. Okay, so this is... yeah. They have been doing them for a long time. Yeah, 16 million views. They have 1.1 million. It's interesting the stuff that just exists. Yeah, so this is a very long tangent of like random other things. Vicious Bits. If you wanna listen to something cool, if you go to the Discord and you go to the House of Memes and you go to everything else, there is a song there. A cool rap song that was made about me doing work, which I am currently not doing any work of. Feel free to listen to it. I've already listened to it a few times. A few meaning two. It may now become the intro to my... Actually, no, I want to... Yeah. So I'll see you... So I'll see you later. What? Why? Why? I already did push-ups today. And I also went for a walk this morning. Indulging the bean talk. No worries, buddy. No worries. No worries at all. Okay, time to push it. Before lunch push-ups. I guess that's true. But I did do like a 5,000 step walk this morning in the cold because Canada. I don't know if you heard that crack. There was a crack in my elbow. Something like that. That's AI. The echoes of code. Yeah, it's an AI thing. Mr. Battlehoss did it. And yeah, no, it was a very interesting way to start the morning. Listening to that song. But hey, like I said, it falls in the house of memes. So it's all good. Ow, my elbow like popped. Done 10 push-ups and 5,000 steps. I am an athlete. I only have to go back in time about, 13, 14 years, maybe, something like that, maybe 15 years, go back 15 years, and I can go back to my peak physical condition. Okay, what did we actually do? I still need to do this toggling thing. I need toggle display, but we did add this, so this is important. This is all in here. Let's do, yeah. So that's good. I'll have to test this later. Yeah, that's holy Jesus! Sorry, I don't mean to call Jesus. It's already past my lunchtime. This has been a very so-so. Well, no, it's been a great stream. I've had lots of fun. I am very, very happy. Everything was grand and awesome. I got a little bit done. We had a lot of talk about AI and a little bit of the game industry, and we got to look at some beans. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any to-dos I need to put in. technically this is a thing. These, yeah, no, this is not redundant. Actually, no, wait, this Control X, this is redundant logic down here. I'll have to play with this after. We'll have to come back and play with that. Yep, that button's good. This should do the logic for the check. Do I want to? The problem is I probably need to put a debug, a little bit of code later to just make it easier for me to force this path. So I go to an event, because then it'll actually check this. But that's fine. That's fine for now. Because I would like to try to get to this pitfall event. See if I can... Oh, you know what I need to do? Ah, ha, 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 ha. See, these are placeholders, these people. So I need to actually put... right now, like this is what it would be. These have to get swapped. It needs to put my... Whatever heroes I have, they need to go here. And the buttons have to be activated corresponding to the hero. How do I want to do this? Gotta figure it out. I got a neck check. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. I think I'll just set these, because I think that's how I'll do it. I think I figured it out. Which is this button? Is this button the first button? Perfect. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. It's gonna pick from the first button and work its way back. So when we toggle for each hero, that's cool. When we toggle display, blah, blah, blah. Before this, yeah, set a related event based on the hero's highest thing. Whatever this, you found the area rest, blah, blah, blah. This highest related thing, most likely there. This is what I talked about before about using the key stat. There. Key stat. Yeah, that's going to be there. This is setting up text. We need a thing that's going to be set up sprites. This... we're going to need another thing. Public void set up hero to toggle location. Yeah, so this is just going to be something that I have to run at the beginning. So tab check for, oh, actually no, we'll make this a to-do in here actually, so I can find it later. Beep. Okay, so the first thing we gotta do, boop, 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 boop. Well, I know it also really sucks, just a random off topic here, but spilling juice in your onto your keyboard really sucks, and it's a pain because I had to completely disassemble my keyboard to clean it out properly. So just random thing. Okay, so what do we gotta do? So first thing, check number of heroes in hero folder. Place them from child 0 to X in order over toggles. Link each hero to the respective toggle. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. Yeah. So this is something that's going to get done. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Okay. That gives us our basic stuff to know about heroes. And then think that's good. I'm gonna go eat. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for popping by. You're all fantastic. Stop making me do push-ups. I know my arms are getting... I'm gonna have swole arms. Swooling. I gotta go eat some lunch. Some lunchies. Okay, I think that's good. Save. Always, when working on project, make sure... Oop, now the load... Oh, it's gotta load the code that I've written. Make sure you save. Always save. Save, save, save. Make sure everything's good. What do we got here? We don't care. I'm having a weird backup domain. Objects are trying to be loaded during domain backup. This is not allowed as it will lead to undefined behavior. Now, what is this? Stabilized texture. Weird. See, I'm doing weird stuff. I don't even know it. I think it was because I was playing with this and it didn't like it. But I maybe should raid out. I have a fair bit of people this time. Might be a nice gesture. What do we got? We got FIX, educational, Godot. Oh, there's my Quebec friend. Maybe I raid him. Drop him a. He made like a speedrun game. What's this? No, I don't like the fact that little put Chad. Oh, things. I mean, I could rate him. Uptime, he hasn't been. Prague and Questmaster. Sure, why not? Let's see what my French friend. Yo, want some friends? Let's see, I'm gonna huck them off.
Yo, salut man. Ça code un matin. Want some friends? Bon peu. Toi, t'en veux-tu? Genre, j'ai-tu le temps de te raider avant? Là, je suis en mode.
Now I'm rating him. Ha ha ha, he doesn't know.
Là, je suis en mode très chill un matin. Dark.
They are English.
T'es-tu en langue?
There we go.
Ça répond à ma question. They are English? Namaste. Bonjour. Hi, gang. Hi. I am English as well. I do the speaking. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for raiding over to the sewers. If you speak in the chat, you will show up as one of these little things. So I have clogged sewer today, so the
Clogged
integration's
sewer.
not working great.
He's pooped himself.
We're working on fixing that today. That's what we're doing.
I should. Can I get beside him? Can I do this?
Mr. Battle Hoss, welcome in.
No, I
Thank you
can't
so
do
much
that.
for
Can I?
joining the raid with Dark. Dark, merci.
1 second. Let me see if I can do this. Camera.
In English, I'm French. Wes is Dark doesn't tell you. He speaks French as well.
And I can do this. I can be like.
My name is Michael.